Hey guys, it's part 3 already up. Trying to remember where I was before. Um, this is the most entertaining of the parts. Okay, so the next part of the list, I guess I was on some kind of sports kick. So I'm about to read sports that I'd like to try to play when I get thinner. And this is a part of the list. So, the first thing is go to a sports event. Obviously, if you guys been to a sports event, the chairs are very small. It's also a large stadium, so there's a lot of people, and I feel uncomfortable in big crowds. But also, heights, I'm not a big fan of. That has nothing to do with weight. So, it would be nice to go to a sporting event without feeling like a big blob just sitting on the tiniest of seats. So, volleyball is a sport that I'd really like to try. I did it in gym and I was a decent player, but being bigger would help. I mean, being smaller would help. Being bigger doesn't help anything. Bowling. I go with my bowling with my friends a lot. And the reason it's on the list is, again, I feel very uncomfortable doing things like this in front of people. So most of the time I'm watching my friends play and staying away from judgmental eyes, and I can't wait to be more confident in that. Oh, I thought there were more. Whoops. I actually think there's more events at the end of this. That's funny. But, okay. So, sitting in the back of a big van, no, it's getting in that's an issue. I have no upper body strength, which is something I can change. But, and I've been going to a gym. But, and working out my muscles because I have absolutely no upper body strength. But it's also the weight. I have a lot of weights to carry, so trying to lift myself in a van, especially in the back of a van, is pretty difficult. Not worrying if people have enough room in a car for their legs. Like if I sit up front and somebody's sitting in the back of me, I feel a little self-conscious because I don't want people to be like scrunched up because there's a fat person sitting in front. Sitting in cars, man. Reading this list and knowing that I've had such a difficult time with what people would find normal is ridiculous. Sitting in the middle seat of a car, I am pretty short, so it would be just better for me to be able to sit in the back, but because of my weight, sitting in the middle might also mean being squished or having people squished up against the car, so I always sit in the front, and I'd like to change that. Although I do like the front. Shotgun. Being able to stand on my feet for a longer period of time. That has changed, but not as much as I'd like it to. And I have high hopes that it will be better because a lot of jobs require you to stand on your feet, especially jobs with a lot of sunlight coming in. A lot of jobs for people without a college education like myself. So it would be great if I could be on my feet for long periods of time. Also, at a different video, in one of my parts of making this video, I mentioned that I used to work with kids, and it required me to be on my feet a lot and running around, so it would be good to be more active in case I want to work with kids again. Whew. Long list. When I fall and people offer to help me up, I'll accept. I'm a very fairly clumsy person. I don't know if it's a balance thing or a stupid thing or an Amy thing, but I fall quite a lot. And I love it when people offer to help me up off the ground. Like I said, I'm fairly large, and I just recently had the gastric sleeve surgery 7 weeks ago, so I'm dropping weight, but, it's not something that goes away overnight. I still have a ways to go. So when people, especially tiny people, I have this friend, her name is Jess, offer to help me up after I fell. Tiny, tiny woman. But she offered to help, and it's when I said, no, I don't need help, and she asked me, are you embarrassed when people ask you for help? And I'm like, no, I'm flattered that people think they could lift me. And I just said, no, I just won't accept it, but maybe one day I will. So the next is, better hugs. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm a hugger. If you meet me in real life, I'll probably hug you at a certain point, if we become friends. If not, I'll punch you. I'm not gonna punch you. I'm not gonna punch anyone. Straight at my own damn shadow. But yeah, the point is, I love to hug, and it would be nice if like people could wrap their arms completely around me. I'm also short. It'd be great if I could like just help them out by being able to. I don't know, like it's tough enough that I'm short and hugging people, but it would be so much better if I weren't short. But if I weren't big. Oh, what am I saying? If I wasn't big, hugs would be better. There. Unless you're one of those people that love to hug fat people, which that does exist, because apparently we're like big fluffy teddy bears. Having kids without weight-related problems. This is something that I don't know how many people know, but when you carry a lot of excess weight on you, it actually gets harder to have children. Mostly conceive. It's hard enough to conceive, but when you have a baby, there's a lot of difficult issues that come with it. Plus you gain weight, and it's not healthy for your health if you're already really overweight. So just to be able to eventually have children and not have any issues would be really wonderful. Again, I'm pretty young, so I'm not really sure if I want kids. I love kids. I like working with kids. But yeah, that's still in the decision making. Walking on the beach, I don't have a great amount of balance, so falling is like an issue. But I really don't like the feeling of walking on the beach because sand sinks a little under your feet, and with someone who lacks balance, it can be kind of weird. So to walk on the beach and feel comfortable would be great. I pretty much already said that. Oh, well, I guess trying on clothes without getting winded or disappointed. Like I mentioned, getting dressed gets pretty difficult. It turns out to feel like a workout, but disappointed is another thing. Like, it's hard when you have a pair of pants, and this goes for anyone at any size. You have a pair of pants, you try them on, they don't fit like they used to. It can be a sad issue. So that's another thing. Being comfortable at the gym. I mentioned that I started going to the gym. My comfort at the gym is very low still. It's it's kind of weird being someone who works out and being plus size at a gym because people don't expect that of you, so they still have that kind of prejudice. I go to LA Fitness. I'm not LA Fitness. Whoops. Planet Fitness. And it's supposed to be a non-judgmental zone, and I swear to God I saw this guy filming me. That fucking sucked. So, yeah, I'm not there yet. Jumping, without worrying about shaking the world, causing an earthquake. Going out without being anxious. Again, plenty of times you're going to hear me saying this on this video of the list, but that is a huge issue, being anxious around people because you feel judged. Not dreading the scale. This has already started. I don't dread the scale as much, although there was an issue when I had a freak out because one scale read differently than the other, and of course one of them read bigger. So that does happen, but not dreading the scale. When you have weight loss surgery, you only go down. When you don't, and you're as big as me and you're trying to do things like going to a nutritionist, we're gonna have issues. because that number does often either go down really slowly where it's disappointing, stays the same, or you gain. And so just not hating the scale. Just don't hate the scale, yo. Sitting on stools, already read that one. I don't know why that's there. Sitting on low seats or on stairs and getting up without a struggle. Like I said, when I fall, I can barely get up. If I sit on the floor, I can barely get up. So if I'm sitting on a low area, I still have that issue of getting up. Learning a lot about me. Wearing boots. This is number one. I have large calves. Being heavier, sometimes you hold your weight in different places. I'm a bottom heavy person. All of my weight goes to my legs and my ass and my lower abdomen. So being able to wear boots is such a big thing. It's always been something that I want. I own a pair of boots, but they're not the kind I want. I want mid-calf boots. And that's on my list. Wearing pantyhose. Yeah. Knee highs where they don't go in the creases of your knees. Wearing corsets. A lot of clothes things here. Wearing corsets. I say that. I don't know if you guys know who Tess Munster is. I have an on and off kind of love for her. I've heard that she scammed people, but then again, she is someone who does things like talk about being comfortable with your body, and then she takes nudes, and then I don't like it. But yeah, in some of her photos she wears corsets, and I just think they're beautiful. But I could never pull them off because, not that she isn't large, she's really quite large, but I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing corsets at this size, or if I were to go down to a 22, which is her size, I want to wear a corset. Parking far in a parking lot without hating it. More walking. It's about stamina and having it. Dancing like my friend Beth, and she dances with lights. I guess rave lights? I don't know how you would describe it. Like she has something called a wand, and it lights up, and she dances in the dark, and she's done little shows for me, and I support her all the way. That's something on my list that I'd like to do, because it looks interesting and beautiful. Another one is yoga. I'd like to try yoga, because it's all about balance, which I lack. More costumes options for Halloween. Halloween is coming up. I know I won't be able to wear anything different, so I'm probably just going to be wearing either a piece of my own clothes or one of my old costumes. But that's important to me, is being able to wear more costumes. One Halloween, maybe in a couple of years, I want to be Yuna, songstress Yuna from the video game Final Fantasy X2, and it's my favorite outfit. It's my favorite thing to see. So yeah, that's it. Looking at the time, I got like a minute. Speaking publicly, either about my weight loss surgery or an OA, which people know that I do, is really something on my list. Like I said, on camera I don't do well, but in real life I'm told that I'm actually a very lovely speaker and that I should do more public speaking. And unfortunately, I don't feel comfortable doing that with the way that I look now. So I'm hoping that one day I'd be able to do it. Maybe in a year I'll speak at a retreat in a way, but that's pretty much that's one of those things that are high on my list. Being comfortable when I see a doctor or in doctor's offices. Like I said, I'm short and I have a lot of weight, so it's hard for me to get on those hospital or doctor chairs. But also, when doctors mention weight, it makes you uncomfortable, despite it being all in good awareness of, hey, you're unhealthy. But I also think it would be nice for doctors to look at, like, next year look at how much I weigh, and then the next appointment see a difference. That'll be fun. Cramped spaces won't be a big problem. Like when a car parks too close to you and you can't open the door all the way to get out, so you're pretty much uncomfortable. There have been times where somebody's parked close to us that one of my friends had to get into their car and pull out so that I can get in. That's embarrassing, but it happens. So I would love to do that. Touching my toes. I can touch my toes. It's just a struggle, and my big belly's in the way, so more comfortable touching my toes. Touching my toes. What am I, an idiot? Oh, here we are to more of the healthy things. Ice skating. Always wanted to try it. Think it's beautiful. And rollerblading. Also, both of those have something to do with falling, and like I said, I have trouble getting up. And ice and rollerblading is more about balance. Everything here is about balance in that part of the list. Okay, guys, I'm gonna stop it right here. Just in case you wanted to know, I'm at 74 on my original list. A lot of those things I haven't read out loud because they're more personal. But yeah, this just gives you a hint. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon.